What is up YouTube? Welcome back to Unranked to Sovereign, and today we're playing Yone in Master Tier. Oh, that's the Darius jungle scaring me. I know you guys love watching my Yone and me talking through my Yone gameplay, so here we go. We're playing versus Irelia. One of the trickiest matchups. It's very Yone favored, but you have to play it extremely well. A good Irelia will destroy you if you make any type of mistake. You need to constantly dodge your stun and abuse your first ability range. And I've already made a mistake. I've missed both my first abilities and I have not poked her level 1 as I should. I need to wait for her to jump on a minion and use my first ability to poke her down while staying out of her auto attack range. And now I need to use my third ability to dodge her stun. I'm going Conqueror instead of Lethal Tempo. I've been trying Conqueror on Yone and I really like it. She has Lethal Tempo. So here we go. And Conqueror wins versus the Lethal Tempo. Obviously, that's not why we won that fight. Lethal Tempo is better in the early scraps instead of Conqueror. Why we won that fight is because we had more minions. So understanding minion damage helped us feel confident in winning that early game 1v1. Obviously, Irelia doesn't seem to understand quite as well as me how much damage minions actually do. So we're gonna take the first blood. We're gonna use our third ability to go in and poke her down. And she's already 20% HP. We're just so strong once we get these boots. These boots have made Yone such a fun champion to play. Definitely a great addition to the game. So now we're looking at the wave. She's 20% HP. She goes base. Look at the wave. We're not gonna touch this. We're not gonna push this. We're gonna let it push to us. Why? Because he's missing all these minions by the minions, her minions hitting my minions. And now the wave is in a great position for me to go in and poke her. And that's exactly what I'm gonna do. We see the Darius, so we're gonna play a little safer. But now the wave is still in a good spot and she's half HP and we can look for another solo kill when Darius fucks off. But he's not fucking off, he's actually gonna stay here and try to help her shove in the wave. But we're not gonna let that happen. We're gonna keep the wave on our side of the lane and only slow push it. Our Diana is looking for a play, however we're gonna let the Darius go. We're gonna let him escape this time. And again, look at my wave management. I'm keeping the wave on my side of the lane so I have the space I need to destroy her. Again, she goes base again, it seems like. So 2 times she's gone base and she's missed so many minions by me just freezing the wave here. She's gonna miss a cannon minion. And she comes back again. Darius is around here, we see him in the top bush. However, I'm still gonna go for a little bit of poke. Knock him up and back off. Our Diana is coming, so maybe we can look for something. I get a little caught out. Come in with the ultimate. Our Diana is coming to clean up the kills. So I definitely got a little greedy with it. But we saw Diana coming, so we're able to re-engage. And we do give our Diana a kill. We go down the Darius. However, look at the wave. It's a perfect wave for us to continue harassing this Irelia. We're making her laning face hell because of that fumble level 1 that she did. This is how you punish mistakes. This is how you can win the entire laning phase from one single mistake that Irelia did. This is how good players are gonna punish you if you make dumb mistakes, and this is what I'm gonna do to this Irelia. I'm gonna keep the wave still in my side of the lane. When was the last time this Irelia was even able to farm comfortably? She's actually going on my Diana, but she won't be able to find anything. And the wave is still gonna be frozen here. So when Irelia does finally come, oh, she's actually top lane. So this one I decided to break my freeze when the enemy laner roams. Because when they're roaming, we don't want to let them roam for free. We want to punish them. So by pushing, now they're gonna lose these minions under turret. And we're gonna get turret platings. So while the Irelia didn't manage to get anything top, she didn't kill the Naxxus, we were able to push the wave, deny her minions under turret, and get a plating. We're gonna push one more wave. She's actually going in on us, which is a bit of a mistake. Dodge her third ability, immediately go in for the all-in and one-shot her. Do you know why? Because I'm level 7 and she's level 5, because of how many minions she's actually missed. She's so far behind. We're gonna be able to clean up another wave and another plate. However, I noticed that I just need 60 gold for my next item. So even though the dragon is spawning, I am gonna be a little greedy with it. And I'm gonna push one more wave and base for my Blade of the Ruined King. And we have Blade of the Ruined King and boots before the first dragon, which is amazing. We're super strong. So the enemy team is actually not gonna be able to immediately start any objectives since Darius is basing. So we do get away with a greedy recall. Usually when the objectives are up, you already want to be pressuring something. Oh, they're actually doing dragon. But our Diana is gonna go in and she steals it and sets us up nicely to clean up. And here comes Kai'Sa with her ulti as well. We've done all the damage and she's able to clean up. We get a double kill. Another double kill is gonna go to the Kai'Sa. Or I think the Diana actually picked up one of those kills. And we put ourselves in a great spot to win this game. So I could freeze this wave again. However, I'm gonna choose to push it so we can have priority for the next objective, which is the Herald. I'm gonna ward up and start the Herald so Diana can smite it when she gets here. So we see Darius and Aurelia coming to it. Karma is actually coming too. This could be a little scary, so I'm gonna go in and try to zone them off. However, Darius grabs me, I'm forced to go back. And Darius actually steals the Herald. Garen is a little overextended, so we're gonna look for him. So we'll pick up the kill on Garen as an exchange, but we do lose the Herald. Great play by Darius to get in there and steal it with a Karma shield. And unfortunately, our dual lane is gonna go down in the mid lane to the Herald. So the enemies are gonna be able to get the turret and get 2 kills. So a bit of a mistake from my team macro-wise. Now the Herald's gonna actually get another hit. And Tristan is farming bot lane. So this was not good for us, right? That Herald steal and our dual lane dying there cost us 2 turrets. If the Tristana gets the turret bot lane. Oof, they're gonna get so much plating gold right now. And this puts them back into the game, right? So I kind of did a mistake by starting the Herald because I didn't think that Karma would actually join Darius to go for Herald. But good play by the Karma to, instead of auto path bot lane, to actually go to the objective. Well played by her. So she punishes my mistake of getting greedy. And we end up losing so... The enemy team just ends up getting so much gold. So we're still mid lane versus the Aurelia. We need to be a little afraid because we don't have a turret. So Darius can just run us down if he wants to. So we want to be very careful about pushing in the wave and then roaming. I do want to go to a side lane. I see an opportunity to go and harass this Garen, but Darius is there. Now I'm completely caught out since Karma is there too. I do survive the Garen ult, but the Darius ult does clean me up, dude. The double true damage, there's nothing I can do. However, I did still manage to get a lot of value from my first ability knock up and my ulti. I was able to knock up the Garen and the Darius, so my team is able to clean up those kills. Get the turret, and that gives us just enough gold to get our second item, Phantom Dancer, which is exactly what we need. I'm gonna go into Bloodthirster next. This is the build I've been mostly doing on Yone and Yasuo. Blade of the Ruined King, Phantom Dancer into the Bloodthirster, and then I will usually go tanky, but sometimes I will build Infinity Edge after as well. Now we do want to go in the side lane, so that's exactly what I'm going to be doing. I want to stay away from the mid lane. I'm going to go and harass the Darius a little bit. But since Karma is here, we're not going to do anything major. We're just going to back off. I'm just kind of pressuring them, wasting their time, because there's nothing for me to be doing right now. Kai'Sa is still bot lane. Kai'Sa needs to go mid lane, and let me and Nasus in the side lanes. But I guess they're catching out Aurelia, which is great. So while we're keeping these guys busy, our team is doing work. Darius is gonna go base. Now we're just gonna push this wave. And with Yone, this is something I mention a lot. You wanna farm resources. You scale well with items, and you're a resource-hungry champion. And on top of that, you gather resources so quickly. So we push the wave, and there's nothing for us to really farm. So I'm gonna base and look for other opportunities elsewhere. Our team's getting into a scrap in the bottom side jungle. They're very overextended. The Diana goes in. A good flash from the Darius will keep him alive. Let's see if we can actually do anything here. We get a good ultimate going. However, Tristan immediately knocks us up. And we're forced to base because we cannot tank the damage of 4 champions. So we actually lose Diana and Janna on that fight. That's a mistake from my team. There's no reason for them to be fighting there, especially when Dragon is just about to spawn. Oh, the Raptor cancelled me. I guess we're staying for Dragon, boys. The Karma is very overextended by herself mid, so that gives us an opportunity to go in, chase her down, and get the kill. Well played, well played, well played. So we see the Darius and the Irelia, but my ADC just walks right into it. Am I the only one that saw the Darius and the Irelia? And now my support is forced to flash away. So my dual lane is not doing great position-wise, and they're taking some pretty bad fights. So now we're in a bit of a tricky situation. We're in a 4v4, but we're missing our ADC while they're missing their support. And we're kind of split. We're not really in a great fighting position. I'm gonna go in on the Irelia since I found an opportunity. And I'll be able to easily assassinate her. And the enemy team is chasing me down. I'm gonna have to ult just to escape. My ult just came up. And my team is in such a weird position. I have no HP, so I need to back off. And the Garen ult is gonna destroy the Diana. What is Nasus doing? Where is Blood going? I don't know where Nasus is going, but he's gonna be taken down too. And we're probably gonna end up losing this dragon. So the enemies are definitely not out of this game. We did have a good early game, but the enemies are still doing really well. The Tristana is very fed, the Darius is very fed. And with the Karma supporting him, especially this new buffed Karma. I can't believe they buffed Karma again. What a terrible decision. But the new buffed Karma is supporting him, so we need to be careful. So I made a macro mistake here, and I'd like to point it out. I went to Dragon, even though our jungler is not there, and the enemies are clearly gonna get it. And I let half of the turret died and missed a few minions. I should have just immediately gone top lane and farmed and gathered resources instead of wasting my time trying to what? Steal the dragon as Yone? That's not gonna happen, so I was just wasting my time, I guess. But now we are gonna continue farming and gathering resources. We're gonna use our third ability to safely farm the wave. Back off right to our third ability in case someone is there. Our team is going to be able to catch up the Garen. He's very overextended, and that's exactly why I used my third ability, so I wouldn't be in the situation that Garen is in right now. But we're able to pick up the Garen, and now we could possibly do Baron. We're all around Baron. I'm going to find an opportunity to go in on the Irelia. However, Tristana is just going to be there and completely destroy me. So the issue there is I went onto the Irelia. She deflected a lot of my damage with her second ability. And the Tristana was just sitting there auto-attacking me for free. And that's the last thing we want to do. We're a very squishy champion right now. We don't have any armor. And we can't just be sitting there tanking the Tristana damage for more than this couple seconds. So that was definitely an overextension, a mistake by me. But we do get the Irelia. And Tristana is very overextended. This is something that I see in Master Tier so much. So many people just overextending in side lanes. She's going to ult the Janna away instead of the Diana. And will go down. Very important kill. Because that puts us back in the driver's seat tempo-wise. Because now we have 5 members alive, they have 4 members alive. And the enemies are getting greedy and fighting 4v5. Of course, Nasus is not there yet, and I'm not there yet, so they are doing okay. They're able to get a double kill. But now the Nasus and me are here. We're gonna stop them, and we're gonna kill all 4 of them. And since me, Kaisa, and Nasus are still alive, we're gonna go immediately to Baron. The enemy Irelia is the only one alive. And she can't really steal it. So we're just gonna finish that up. And if I do see her, we have a ward that I'm just gonna immediately ult her and get rid of her. So we're gonna be able to get the free Baron Nashor. So that's definitely a mistake from the enemy team to fight 4v5 when Tristana is not even there, when she's like one of their strongest members. She's their ADC, right? Our Kaisa is messing around with the Irelia. Oh, the Irelia actually kills her. What? Am I seeing this right? The Irelia is like 4,000 gold behind and she just kills the Kaisa. How broken is Irelia? I didn't see what happened. Maybe the Kaisa had turbo misplayed, but the Irelia is gonna pick up that kill, and that's an awful death for Kaisa. Please never do this. If you get Baron Nashor and you immediately die, you need to be D-ranked back to Iron. We've lost all our tempo now, and we have to wait for the Kaisa to respawn before we can do anything with our Baron buff because we're in a 4v5. So we're just gonna waste half our Baron. I could maybe look to catch out Irelia. She doesn't see me there. There's no vision. So I'm going to drop the Ignite and immediately go on her. Darius is waiting on my third ability, but I'm just going to ult out. Even if he blocked my ulti, maybe I could have killed him if I flashed away from his first ability. so not too worried about him blocking me there. We're gonna be able to get a clean assassination, and now we are in the 5v4 situation. Even though we've lost most of our Baron buff, we're in a situation where we can push down with the Baron buff all 3 lanes. Garen's actually here to defend me, and I don't think he's able to. I'm very fat, so we're gonna just go on him under turret and abuse our knockup and try to avoid the silence. We don't want to drop low HP. He disrespects our damage, and we're able to take him down. And now with Garen dead as well, we're gonna be able to push down these turrets and overwhelm the enemy team with minions. Our Baron's actually gone already. Man, I hate Kai'Sa for that. Irelia is actually gonna flash and one-shot us. Wow. I definitely got flashed away from her stun and her ult, and maybe I could have outplayed her, but I didn't have the reaction time for that, so she just instantly jumped on me with her flash first ability. So I definitely could have played that differently. My bad for dying there. I just kind of panicked, but our team's gonna be able to pick up the Irelia. Just went in with no ultimate. Diana is gonna get Dragon, and we're chilling. We're still pretty far ahead. Our biggest lead is in the mid lane. I'm way far ahead of this Irelia, but the rest of their team is actually doing well. And you've already seen that Irelia is able to just 1v1 our Kai'Sa even when behind. I think they're still going for a pretty weird fight, but the Janna heals and shields are coming in clutch, and they're able to keep them alive for so long. Tristana just ignoring the Nasus, going for the Janna. She does get the Janna, but she'll go down to the Nasus and the Diana. My team is definitely overstaying their welcome there. And boom! Diana gets bonged in the head with a Garen ulti. That was actually a decent trade from my team considering I wasn't there. And I do want to go in on this Karma. I use my first ability and my ultimate to gap close, and then with just a few quick ult attacks and oh! Never mind, she uses stasis and she survives. Again, like I mentioned in all my videos before, whenever I have the opportunity, I counter jungle the enemy. Steal their raptors, steal their Krugs whenever you can. Now I'll steal my own jungler's camps as well. And the Baron is spawning soon. I'm gonna drop a ward on it, but we're gonna base for our stasis. Great item to get against Garen and Darius, since I'll be able to block their ultimates. Which is what most of my deaths have been to, right? Gonna clean up the wolves, and now we're gonna play around Baron. Darius and Garen and Karma are actually there. We did a bit of scouting with our third ability. They're actually very overextended. I'm gonna go in with my ult, get a great 3-man knockup, stasis while my team cleans up, and that should be it. We just destroyed them with our wombo combo with Yone and Diana. I was able to get that engage, get that 3-man knockup after with my first ability knockup, and then I was able to come in, clean up, and here's the surrender vote. So thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like below and subscribe for more Wild Rift content.